In one of my previous videos where I explained Montgomery Gator's story, I discussed how towards the end of Ruin, the main character Cassie inadvertently electrocutes him with the Glamrock Bonnie neon sign, and most people believe Montgomery died here. I explained how he never appears again in the DLC, but that was false. A couple of people told me Monty could appear in Roxy Raceway Part 1, so I did some googling. Still, I couldn't find anything about Monty appearing after his electrical bath, so I decided to test it for myself. And sure enough, if you get caught by Mexes at the start or end of the chapter, Monty appears and kills you. And this gameplay segment occurs shortly after Monty dies. This certainly seems to imply he isn't dead, but alone it doesn't mean much. It could have easily been a mistake that was overlooked. But here's the really interesting thing. Monty hasn't always appeared in Roxy Raceway. He was added in an update. On August 5th, 2024, Security Breach and Ruin received some minor updates on PlayStation. One of these replaced Roxy in certain sections of Roxy Raceway with Monty. Originally, if Mexes caught you, you'd just be attacked by Roxy. But on the new PlayStation update, Monty will attack you instead. The PC version of Ruin still has Roxy as the Mexes jump scare at the start and end of the chapter, while the PlayStation version replaces her with Monty. This is very interesting, and I believe it was an intentional change. Could this have been a mistake in the update? Absolutely. But that would be a pretty big mistake. Another thing I want to mention is that when none of the main threats can kill you, Mexes will instead spawn the Glamrock Endos or Music Men. To be fair, at this point in the DLC, the Music Men haven't been revealed, but the Endos still could have been used. Having Monty attack you instead of either of those is a little odd, especially since originally Roxy was the one who was supposed to attack you.
So that means Monty is going to return? I knew Steelwool wouldn't kill the best character in the game.
Hold your horses, I'm not fully convinced he's alive despite all this. Monty being electrocuted still feels like him dying. I'm not sure what else that would mean. Maybe they just wanted to focus on other characters for the last stretch of Ruin, so they had Monty get electrocuted to explain why he disappears? Or maybe there was a communication error between Scott and Steelwool? I don't know. I think it'd be weird if this wasn't him dying. But an update adding him after his alleged death does make it seem like it's hinting towards him being alive. We'll just have to see what happens in the follow-up to Ruin. Even if we don't see Monty in the future, I'm pretty convinced we'll see him in the upcoming prequel game, Secret of the Mimic, which featured a green alligator costume in its demo that could be an early version of Montgomery Gator.